Hello and welcome to our first regular edition of Isuzu News for 2017. My name is Shura Taft and it's a pleasure to be joining you as we bring you all the news from head office and around the dealer network in our regular monthly updates. In just a minute, we'll hear about the exciting developments with our new head office site. We'll take a closer look at our sales performance across the first quarter of 2017, and we'll update you on our preparations for the 2017 Brisbane Truck Show and the progress of our Milwaukee Tools Servicepack competition. But before we jump into the detail, let's take a look at our March sales performance. Year to date, we've retailed 1,792 units for 30.8% share. Our volume has increased 7%, while our share performance is line ball with 2016 numbers. The total market volume has grown 7% from 5,443 units at this time last year to 5,811 units for 2017. Our volume growth has matched that of the market and bettered that of our two main Japanese competitors. In the light duty segment, we have continued to perform strongly with volume year to date up 7% on 2016. We have matched this growth with a 7% increase in sales to 1,079 units for 42.6% share, also up on our performance at this time last year. Looking at March specifically, after retailing 417 units, we achieved over 40% monthly share, more than double that of second place Fuso and Hino in third. Andrew and Michael will speak further of the success we've enjoying in the light market with our concerted push behind the ready-to-work models. And as you can see, our light segment performance is clear evidence both of the need for, but also the success resulting from our strategy. The medium-duty segment has been the focus of a lot of industry attention of late, and the recent new model launch from Hino will certainly have given their March performance a little bounce. We've held our own here courtesy of our comprehensively specified and proven range, and we achieved over 35% share for March and a volume gain on 2016 numbers. Hino have enjoyed a 13% volume increase year to date, while Fuso have dropped 11%. In the heavy market, we've enjoyed a 10% increase in volume, with 25 additional units sold this March compared to 2016. The 78 units we moved for the month was double our sales volume in January or February, and we're enjoying solid continued demand for our FX, FY and Giga models. Onto our head office updates now, and we'll hear from Director and Chief Operating Officer Phil Taylor as he gives us the inside word on the new Isuzu Australia HQ.
Well, before we talk about the new location, we announced recently that Nishizaka-san, our Managing Director and CEO, will be returning to Japan. His replacement is a lady by the name of Yaguchi-san, Hiroko Yaguchi, and hopefully Yaguchi-san will take up residence in Australia and take up the position sometime late in May or early June. Getting back to the development, IAL identified a need to bring all their operations under one roof and start to get away from the traditional model of having a CBD or near CBD head office to go to the latest model that a lot of people are adopting of having all their operations under one roof. And so we did identify, along with a real estate agent in Melbourne, Colliers, an opportunity to develop a site at Truganina in Melbourne's western suburbs, which is the heart of the trucking precinct in Victoria. This new development will house a brand new training centre where we'll hopefully bring technicians in from all over the country to give them further training and expertise in the maintenance and servicing of Isuzu trucks. There'll be a whole big new area for the Industrial Engines Department as we go towards turnkey solutions in that area and develop more and more product. And we're seeing great growth from the Industrial Engines Department. We'll have a bigger product development centre and we're starting to take on more and more projects locally. The parts area is very large at 15,000 square metres, and having it under one roof will certainly be a big advantage. We'll also be incorporating a 500 square metre showroom, and this will enable us to display our product, whether that be industrial engines, some basic parts display or even vehicles, and maybe even be able to hold new product launches out there. We recently held a sod turning ceremony actually on the site, and there were a number of people there, including Henry Barlow, who is the Mayor of Wyndham City Council. He attended with some of his councillors, as were people from Dexus, the actual developers, and people from Construct who will actually be building the warehouse and the new office. This new site represents another exciting chapter in the history of IAL as we develop that alongside other strategic initiatives that we've identified during this year, including CRM, parts, but mainly after-sales projects as well. We're very, very excited about it, and we hope to show all dealers in the new year.
Thanks for that, Phil. While it's only really an empty paddock at the moment, it will shortly be a hive of activity. Next up, Director of Sales and Marketing Andrew Harbison looks at our first quarter sales performance in more detail and provides an update as to how our ready-to-work push is travelling. Thanks, Andrew.
We're delighted with the way that 2017 has started for us. After such a strong finish to 2016, the danger was that we were going to fall into a hole, but the reality is that our sales have just continued on that same pace. If we look more broadly at the economic factors, everything is pointing towards another great year for us. Infrastructure spending is up. We were recently in Brisbane and there are more cranes on the skyline there than we've seen in some time, and that's replicated across all the East Coast capital cities. From a rural and regional point of view, most areas are reporting very strong results. So everything from 2017 point of view is looking very strong. We've invested a significant amount of money in our marketing campaign. Our impressive performance in the light-duty market is certainly attributable to the ready-to-work range of trucks that we continue to expand. The Servicepack has recently been the subject of a campaign with Milwaukee, and that's generated interest beyond what our expectations was. We've got the new van pack, which is about to hit the marketplace. Again, we identified some time ago that ready-to-work was the direction that we needed to go in if we wanted to continue to capitalise and grow in the Australian market. We're delighted in the way that the dealers have come on board with the Ready to Work campaign. We've been talking to them about the need to have the trucks in stock. The reality is a Ready to Work product is only ready to work if it's in the dealer's yards for the customer to see, test drive and then take delivery of almost immediately. The Ready to Work models represent a huge opportunity for us. But the biggest opportunity is looking beyond what our traditional market is and looking at a non-traditional truck buyer and drawing them into our market. The ready-to-work models are designed to specifically suit people like builders, electricians, tradesmen, etc., who would traditionally drive a light commercial product. This requires us at head office and also our people in the dealership network to treat these people differently than what they would treat a traditional truck buyer, recognising that their needs and wants are differently, being quicker to respond to their emails, recognising that their buying decisions are made a lot quicker than what a traditional truck buyer is. Thus the need to have the product there available to demonstrate to the customer and, in a lot of cases, to sign up and take delivery of almost immediately. Our medium duty performance continues to be very strong. In fact, we continue to open up our gap over Hino. Hino have recently launched a new medium duty product, but the reality is that Isuzu has always been successful in focusing on what we do and not necessarily worrying about what our competitors do. The heavy segment of the truck market here in Australia has seen some resurgence in 2017. A lot of that is on the back of infrastructure spending that I mentioned before. Yes, our volume is up, our share is down slightly, but that's more a factor of the growth in other segments of that heavy part of the market that we don't play in. We're excited about the continued growth of our FX and our FY product in that segment. But interestingly, we've recently seen a resurgence in sales activity with the Giga product. Some time ago, we repositioned the product from a price point of view, and our customers and our dealers are seeing the value that this product represents. It's hard to believe that it's nearly 14 months to the day that we launched our new F-Series range to the market, and the market results speak for themselves. Yes, there is a small number of customers with the 260 PS truck that have experienced some performance issues in specific applications, but our research, our data analysis and our conversations with our dealer network and customer base suggest that over 95% of our customers are satisfied with the product. For that small number of customers that have experienced a problem, we're working directly with them and the dealer network to resolve that issue. So overall, my message to the dealers is to continue to sell the product with confidence, but if you have any doubts about the application, please talk to your local zone manager to get sign-off on that application.
With the Brisbane Truck Show right around the corner, Head of Marketing and Customer Experience Michael McLean takes us through our plans for this premier event on the road transport industry calendar. We'll also look at our Milwaukee Servicepack giveaway with a prize pack that's got Australia's tradies crossing their fingers and looking for four-leaf clovers.
We're already having fantastic success with our ready-to-work range, and so we wanted to leverage that and really drive that harder. So we've partnered with pretty much the number one trade power tool brand in the country, Milwaukee Power Tools, and we've created a competition where we're giving away a Milwaukee branded service pack filled with Milwaukee tools. And the total value of the prize is around $80,000, and the competition's just really exceeded our expectations. We've had over 25,000 entries, all from the main trades, and we're getting ready to draw that, and now we'll have a fantastic database that we can use in the coming year. We've already supported the Milwaukee campaign with some fantastic media around radio and print, digital, outdoor, and now that's ready to phase into our main campaign for the year around ready-to-work vehicles. So this will be the biggest campaign that we've ever done as a brand, obviously featuring Shane Jacobson, our brand ambassador, and that's going to go out in the next 2 months in the lead up to tax time, and that'll be across TV, both metro and regional, radio, print, digital, outdoor. We'll be sending a number of point of sale packs out to dealers in the coming weeks, and so it'll be fantastic to see that throughout all of the dealer network. The Brisbane Truck Show will be the next great place to see all these different elements come together. So we've got a fantastic new stand all planned out. We'll have our Milwaukee service pack on display. We'll be running a competition on the stand where we'll be giving away a tool pack every day and a whole bunch of instant prizes as well, and obviously capturing all of those competition entry details. We'll have a strong product showing on the stand with 11 different models to display and a real focus on ready to work. We'll have the trade pack, the van pack, the new NLR tri-tipper, NPS crew, FSR, FRR, FVZ, the FYJ agitator, GXD prime mover, and the Giga with a tipper body all on the stand. Our brand new stand will have a VIP lounge out the back where we can take our guests. We'll have a coffee bar, we'll be selling merchandise, and of course we'll have heaps of Isuzu staff on hand to answer any questions. So we hope to see you there.
Well, the truck show looks like it's going to be a cracker, and that Milwaukee service pack is certainly going to be a draw card on the stand. With the Milwaukee prize draw scheduled for the 5th of May, there could be shortly one very happy tradie with a new ride and a suite of professional power tools ready to go to work. Let's hear now from Chief Engineer Product Strategy Simon Humphries as he details the product developments we currently have in train.
Yeah, there's been a lot of local development in recent times, engineering new models for the ready-to-work range, working with our local suppliers, and it's been a challenging work, but very exciting that we're able to introduce these in the coming Brisbane Truck Show. One of the items we've had under development now for about 2 years is a new range of genuine bull bars, and we're pleased to preview these at the Brisbane Truck Show this year. We decided to engage the help of a subsidiary of Isuzu in Japan, ICL, and their expertise in supplier selection and liaison, and also in being able to obtain the assistance of the Isuzu engineering team in Japan in terms of getting the testing done was invaluable. And they've been a very key partner in getting these new bull bars developed. The van pack ready-to-work model is using the very popular NNR 45150 AMT cab chassis, and that includes the relatively new torque converter AMT, which has been well received in the marketplace. And the van body itself is specified so that the overall height is just under 3 metres, which is important in places like Melbourne with some low bridges and also access to some restricted areas. It also has an internal capacity of 18.5 cubic metres, which is very competitive, and yet retains the manoeuvrability of the NNR medium wheelbase chassis. It's a fully approved body. It has an OEM body label on it, so we don't need to have a blue mod plate as many of our competitors would do with a locally built body. And we have extensively researched the market for the features that most customers would want to see in a van body at the right price. We've actually specified this body for lightweight, so the payload is optimised, and we've also specified it for strength and features like LED lighting up the top and around the side, and we've included safety features like reversing camera and linked to our multimedia Dave unit. So I think the package overall will be very well received by dealers and customers alike. The NLR 45150 service pack, after its unexpected win in the Light Truck of the Year from Delivery Magazine, has gone on to be quite a consistent seller in our product range. And so we're now introducing 4 additional models, starting with the wide cab NPR 45155 model. The NLS 45150 all-wheel drive crew cab service pack has the added benefit of being able to replace a traditional 4x4 crew cab ute. And then finally, but certainly not least, we've introduced 2 models on our popular NPS 4x4 model. So this is a 7.5 tonne gross vehicle mass model and in the single cab with the service pack body, as well as a Palfinger crane mounted to the rear of the truck. And we think that package will be very attractive for a variety of applications. We also have an NPS crew cab service pack, still with a sizable payload and yet the ability to seat up to 7 people. I think the service pack range as it is now, 5 different models, will certainly add another string to the bow in our ready-to-work range. The NLR 55150 tri-tipper is a new addition to the tipper range. The NLR tri-tipper is something new for us. It's a body that tips to the rear in the traditional fashion. However, in confined spaces or for applications like laying mulch along a curbside or a median strip for a council, it's able to tip to the left or right as well. And I think for a fairly modest cost increase over the NLR 55150 regular tipper, I think we're going to see a big uptake there from sand and soil suppliers and landscapers and the like.
Thanks for that summary of the latest product news, Simon. The new models will have pride of place on the stand in Brisbane in May. Finally, in this edition of Isuzu News, we speak with the new National Fleet Sales Manager, Stephen Golding.
So I've been with Isuzu for almost 3 months now. And firstly, I feel very privileged to be able to join a market leader in Isuzu with such a rich history and strong leadership over the last 28 years. The staff at Isuzu have been extremely helpful, enabled me to settle in fairly quickly and fairly easily. And I've been blessed that we've got some zone managers with a lot of experience that have been able to make my job a little bit easier. And also we've had Les Spaltman only a couple of doors away, so my predecessor being very close by with the wealth of knowledge and experience that he has really made the transition a lot easier. The new role entails for me, I see, as being able to support our zone managers and our dealer network to provide the best outcomes for our customers and our dealers in the marketplace, and also not only build and continue to build a relationship with our previous and current customers, but also try and establish some conquest and new customers out in the marketplace. So a lot of my experience in the past has been in managing sales teams and having face-to-face contact with our customers. And it's that relationship building and sales component that I'd like to expand on in my role here with Isuzu. So I think we're very blessed to have such a strong product range with quality and reliability with Isuzu. But what I've learnt in the past is that it's not just the product that will enable us to grow our business, so we need to establish these strong relationships. And in the past I've had dealings with good dealers, good manufacturers, but also not so good, both dealers and manufacturers in my time. And I think the lessons that I've learned from them will stand us in good stead going forward.
Thanks, Stephen, and thank you for tuning in to Isuzu News. I'm Shura Taft, and it's been my pleasure to take you through just some of the exciting developments at IAL. We'll see you again next month, and in the meantime, good truck selling.